Helen here with Eyes on the Game here at Top Rank Boxing Gym, being joined by the one and only, the still undefeated Mr. Teofimo Lopez. Always great to catch up with you, and I hear that you moved to New York.
Yeah, I did. Actually, the end of 2018. So like in December, I moved. I moved back to Brooklyn, but I still train here in Vegas.
Okay, well, welcome back, and you are training for your next fight. I feel like you're fighting very frequently, which is what you wanted and what we talked about before, but coming off a win over Diego Magdaleno and now fighting Ettus on April 20th. He is a two-time European lightweight champion. What do you make of him as an opponent?
He's ranked number 3 in the world, and some of the organizations for the belts. I think number 3 with the IBF, and I think three out of the 4 sanctions. And it's a good fight. So obviously this is a step up, and obviously we're just gonna make it look easy come April 20th.
Now, how do you think you guys match up? And obviously, I know you're so exciting to watch and looking for the knockout, of course.
Yeah, I think it should be an interesting fight. It's my first time fighting a fighter from, I believe, well, no, not outside the country. I fought Brazilians too. So, but first guy from European. So it should be interesting. And definitely, they have their type of style. They fight. They're very strong fighters and everything like that. So it should be a good fight, a great fight actually. And you know what? At the end of the day, Teofimo Lopez is there to take over. So I hope that he trains very hard, and we're just gonna have a good fight.
Now, what is your prediction? Like, which round are you hoping to stop the fight?
I don't see it going past 6. Well, that's my whole thing. I don't see it going past 6 rounds. And I could see a body shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just stay tuned for that, April 20th. And then also, though, I do want to talk to you about Lomachenko. So the other day, it was his media day. And first off, though, Bob Arum did tell media that he feels you versus Lomachenko would be the biggest fight in the lightweight division. How do you feel about him making that statement?
He also said other things I know of, but it's good. It's good to know that, with only 12 fights and no belt. Actually, I do not have no world championship belt, and just for that, I'm actually being talked about a lot. So I'm doing big things, honestly, without a world title. And just imagine when we do get the world title. I believe that we probably will. It's not official, but a possibility that we will be fighting for the world title in July. It could be after April 20th, but right now our main focus is April 20th. But a fight with Lomachenko. They always ask me this all the time, and if it happens, then that's when we'll talk about it. But as of right now, my main focus is getting a world title, and then hopefully unifying with him. And if he has 3 and I have 1, if we fight, then somebody's gonna come out undisputed, and that's the goal.
Now, you just said and kind of smirked that Bob Arum has said some other things, like what?
He says some things, I guess, like the experience part, and that he sees me, of course, as like a Roberto Duran, and sees him as, I forgot what it was, but things like that. And kind of in a way saying that it's too early for me, that he has too much experience and things like that. But, of course, they want to make that fight happen later down. But I just look at it like, I already told him this is my last year at 35. Yeah. So I'm not going to wait. So I'm not going to wait for Bob, Lomachenko, and they need to know the fight fans definitely want that fight to happen. I think that they were upset that he's fighting Anthony Crolla, and they thought they were going to have a fight of, obviously Gervonta Davis won't happen, but a more likely fight that could happen is me against him. So, I just look at it like this. April 20th, we're going to show again what we're capable of doing with experienced guys. This guy is, 30 and 2 or something like that, and he has a lot of experience, just as much. But the thing is that it doesn't matter how many fights these guys have. It's just the ring IQ that I bring into the table. And they ain't never seen that before. It took a little longer with Magdaleno. And the only reason is that I took my time. But this time come around, we're going to be more than ready for April 20th. And like I said, it won't go past 6.
Yeah. And now you just mentioned that in July you will be fighting for a title.
Not official. Not official.
In the works.
And it could be a possibility. Yes.
Yeah. So does that mean after this fight, we won't see you back in the ring until July then, right?
Yeah, you guys won't see me back until July. So April 20th will be the last one, and then July, and then it could be December.
Maybe Lomachenko in December before you move up?
Yep, that's something that they're in the works about. So, and like I said, Lomachenko's fighting this guy right now. It should be a walkthrough, but let's see how he performs. And at the end of the day, then the next week after that, I fight. So it should be interesting, as long as he keeps doing what he's doing. Obviously, I got to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully the IBF or the WBC comes with it and says, "Hey, Teofimo, we want you to fight for the world title." Then that's what we're gonna do, and I think I will represent them proudly. So you know what? At the end of the day, Teofimo Lopez, 12 fights, 10 knockouts, and I'm actually the most talked about boxer without a world title. So we're doing big things right now.
Yes, like you said, it's hashtag the takeover, right?
Hashtag the takeover.
Yeah, but what if that fight with Lomachenko does get offered to, say, January 2020? Would you already be moved up in weight?
If it's January 2020, I could, depending on the price. Okay. Yeah, I don't see why not. But that's the latest.
And then also, I did talk to Lomachenko, and I tried asking him, what he thought of you. He said he doesn't think of you at all. Do you think, he's just kind of putting on a front or saying that?
He can't, no, he knows who I am, obviously. He just can't acknowledge. That's all it is. He just can't give me the credit. Him as a world champion, he can't say that, okay, this guy is coming up and this guy is getting there. So, obviously, he knows about it, and he's seen us, and he knows what we do in the ring. We out there and we go for the kill. We entertain at the same time, and we don't take. We actually want to fight, and the thing is, he's a world champion, right? So he's not gonna acknowledge it. He's not gonna say that. Once we get the world title, let's see what happens after that.
Yeah. Now, do you think or foresee a fight with him really coming together, though? Do you think he really would take that fight as well?
I don't believe he would.
Why is that?
So many excuses. He said that he wouldn't fight us unless we have the world title. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when we get the world title. What's his next excuse?
But what do you think it is that makes him so, that makes him not want to fight you in there?
I just think that the man does not want to fight me. I don't know, Helen. I just don't. I truly believe he does not want to fight me.
Do you think stylistically just a bad matchup for him?
It could be. It could be a lot of things. I don't know what he thinks in his head, but by the way it looks of it and everything, I don't think that he does want this fight. Absolutely not. I don't think. Of course, it's been brought up. He'll rather fight a Gervonta Davis before he fights Teofimo Lopez. Why? Even though Gervonta Davis is a world champion, right? Yeah. Obviously, two-time. Is he a two-time world champion? Yeah. Two-time world champion, right? And obviously he has a bigger name, what is it? Tank is 21-0 with 20 knockouts. Okay, right. So obviously it's like, okay, you can look at those, right? And I know a lot of people will say it too, like, well, Gervonta Davis has a world title, you don't, Teofimo. But it's not that, guys. It's that Tank obviously is a strong fighter, but Lomachenko likes a guy that just sits in the pocket, stays there, obviously, and Tank doesn't really do as much. Floyd always wanted to teach Gervonta Davis how to move his legs and move outside, not to always just bang. Yeah. Lomachenko likes a fight like that because he knows that he'll win. Okay. The whole thing is that obviously I fight inside, but I know how to fight outside as well. It's things like that, and we have youth on our side. Gervonta Davis has been messing up outside of the ring. So it could be a thing like that too. So I feel like Lomachenko has more interest in that fight rather than a Teofimo Lopez fight. I think that he sees that Tank is not as focused as we are. So, it could be things like that. But let's see what happens, man. I would love that. I would love that fight. I've always said it to everybody. I always said it. And when I faking over here and when I hear the clout, obviously Lomachenko needs to understand this. Everybody needs to understand this. Lomachenko cannot make a pay-per-view fight without Teofimo Lopez. So who is really clout chasing? I'm not clout chasing this dude. I'm not. See, he was saying that I'm using his name. I'm not using this guy's name. I'm not.
Yeah.
I really am not. Like, I don't care for him. He has the world titles. That's what I care for. Mm-hmm. At least I want to come out. I want to leave 135 at least with a world title. Yeah. Doesn't matter which one it is. That's why we're doing the IBF, WBC, because obviously he's doing his other thing. Lomachenko's doing his other thing with these two other titles. So we're going to go for the IBF. Richard Comedy doesn't want to fight. We're going for the WBC. Mikey gives it up or Mikey fights. We're going to take it. Yeah. So that's what our main focus is. It's not just Lomachenko. That's not the dude that I'm looking interested to. Yeah. And I know that with my skills and the way I am in and outside the ring as an entertainer, I can make any fighter, honestly, I can make any fight into a pay-per-view fight.
Yeah. No, and
because I have all those credibilities. I have all those things that you need to be a pay-per-view star. Yeah. And that's what Bob said. Bob said, me and Jose Ramirez, that'll be a pay-per-view fight at 140. Things like that. So people, at the end of the day, need to understand that Lomachenko cannot make a pay-per-view. Lomachenko's been pro for, 6 years? Yeah. And I'm speaking facts. 6 years. Made probably I'll probably get in trouble for this, but $2 million or so, right? And that's probably the most he's ever made. 6 years. Bro, hasn't done pay-per-view. No, he ain't doing good. He's not doing good. I'm sorry.
But you know how he's regarded as right now either top two. Yeah, but do you think, say, if you get the title or whatnot, well, first off, you said you don't think he is. Where do you think he ranks among the top pound for pound?
Not number one. So whatever it is behind that, but I don't believe he's number one pound for pound, no.
Who do you think is number one?
I would say Crawford.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say Crawford. I think Crawford has fought better opposition and stuff like that, and he's actually shown, and he's undefeated. You're talking about a guy has about almost the same fights as me with one loss, and you guys are already calling him pound for pound. The only reason why they call him pound for pound is because he moves a little different than all of us. Yeah. Like, come on. Mm-hmm. Top Rank knows how to make world champions, yes, but that's what a promoter has to do. And the whole thing is, and all these promoters, not just Top Rank, obviously it's Al Heyman, Eddie Hearns, Golden Boy, things like that. But they that's their golden child, and we're here to shake that off.
And I mean, you are making noise, like you said. There's no denying that, as well as even your post-fight. Like dances obviously garner a lot of attention as well.
This is my 5th time fighting back at Madison Square Garden, April 20th. And you guys should know, look at the last 4 fights I fought at Madison Square Garden. All have been by knockout. So expect this one to be another one.
Yes. And would you like to say anything else to all your fans?
To everybody, tune in April 20th on ESPN pay-per-view. Yes. My first pay-per-view, and I'm very excited. So we're training hard. I believe this fight they changed it from a 10-rounder to a 12-rounder. Yeah.
Does that affect your preparation?
No, because it's scheduled 12 rounds. So, but that's what that's what they've told me, and I just hope everybody could tune in. Go on ESPN, the pay-per-view. Yes, they'll be talking about it more. So tune in on Top Rank. And also, it's a takeover, man. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook at Teofimo Lopez. And like I say, man, we talk the talk, but we walk the walk.
Awesome. And stay tuned as well for his post-fight celebrations, which are always very exciting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might do my last Fortnite dance. This one, yeah.
Your last Fortnite dance. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I think so. Let's see. I started it at Madison Square Garden, so I might as well just finish it at Madison Square Garden.
Right. Comes full circle, right?
Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah. Well, as always, great to catch up with you, and congratulations on the continued success.
Thank you so much, and it's all because of God, man. I do everything because of Him. So I have faith, and that's what's got me to where I'm at today.